What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumbass. Like and subscribe. Hype. The tomfoolery continues with the gaming media, of course. I was thinking about other things today. I was thinking about the gaming media and what needs to be done, like what we could do as a collective to correct what's going on. And I would just, chalk it up to probably corruption or whatever. Big companies got big money. They pass the money around, and then these companies need money and to survive or whatever, and they kowtow to the whims of the money people. It's simple, money. The answer to all the questions, money. Anyway, Capcom had their financials or whatever, and they came out and they said 93% of the games that they sold were digital games. And everybody and their mama ran with it. Mainly all these, outlets. And so what happened? The ponies and donkey unicorns, they parroted it without actually looking at the data. You say 93%. Now, first, if you're a smart person, you should say, okay, is that just PlayStation? Is that PlayStation and Xbox and Switch, which has a big old asterisk on that? Does that include PC? Because if it does, then that 93% is not exactly truthful, let's just say. It's not what it seems. It's accurate. It's not a lie, but it is skewed. It is tainted, if you will. So let me explain. What the article or what these ponies and donkey unicorns, I'm not going to say the article or the press or whatever it was, because I didn't read it. I just went off of, I think I saw 2 or 3 videos. I saw Joe from Seattle, sorry, Phil. Joe from Seattle, and I think Alex talked about it too, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, Joe did a really good job. So basically, I'll probably get the numbers close, maybe wrong. Anyway, so what they failed to contextualize in this 93% number of all sales of Capcom games with digital is that the majority, meaning 62%, I think it was, over 60% of the games were PC games. And as we all know, PC is all digital. So right there, you should be like, hold up, that's a red flag. So that means that the majority of the games that you included in these 93% were automatically digital. So you're already skewing the numbers in your pro-digital favor because you don't want to give the real numbers. Now, if they were truthful, if they wanted to give us actual information, then they would say the physical releases for Capcom games that exist, that's the number. So we got 45%, 40 something percent of physical games. But that is not true either, because Capcom counts the keycard games that Nintendo Switch puts out as digital. Even though it's a physical plastic, it just has a keycard inside. And so I'm like, I get it. They're not wrong. But that's where the gray area lies. So I'm like, okay, so the number is even, it's smaller because they're underreporting the physical key cards. So I'm like, I don't know how to fix the problem. The problem isn't the data. The problem is the reporting. These guys, they come out, they give you numbers, 93%. First of all, percentages suck because, if you sold 10, if the total number that we're talking about is 100 and it's 93%, then okay, fine, you sold 93 digital and 7 physical. But that's not even the truth. The truth is like, oh, you probably sold 30 something physical No, actually, what would the math be? I was trying to figure out the math in my head, which was a bad idea because math, I suck at it. And I was like, I'm not even going to try. But obviously, over 60% of that whole entire number is not included because it's not plus the digital key card thing. So it's like the numbers are all crazy. But like I said, these ponies and donkey unicorns are not reporting on the accurate data. They're just, the context is ill. It's not correct. And if you want to be truthful about the status and the standing of physical media versus digital media as far as sales and popularity is, you need to give us the right numbers, because if you lie, it's not gonna cause, like, I don't know where this freaking, this like propaganda or this movement by PlayStation trying to push this through. And like I said before, man, if Xbox does not do the same thing, if they do the exact opposite, I was watching Inside Gaming. No, it wasn't Inside Gaming. No, it was it might have been Joe, or it might have been it was somebody I was watching, and they said all you have to do is do the exact opposite of what PlayStation is doing. Everything they doing, do the exact opposite. And I was like, man, not wrong. And so I'm like, yes, do that. Continue to support physical, even if it's not a large number. Continue to support it, or create a program, create the collect, like the last video I was talking about, create the collectors program. It's a little bit more money, it's a little bit of a premium, if you will, but it's for collectors, and they're gonna buy the premium stuff. They're gonna buy the art book and music soundtrack on the DVD and all. And I'd be like, yo, I would buy every one of those if I like if Fable came out with a physical collector's edition. Game's not on there, but you got the art books, you got behind the scenes, and you got the soundtrack. Yes, please, thank you. Give me that. And it comes with a digital code. Obviously, you get the game too, but it's just not on the actual disc. But the disc has value because all the other stuff is on there. Then you could throw it in, and you could digitize it. You'd be like, you don't like take all these files, throw them on my computer, take the disc, put it in the side, preserve it. You know, that's what it's about. And the thing that I don't understand, right? And Sony should like know this, right? It's like, it's so easy to keep physical discs, just charge more for them, and that's it. You be like, look, physical discs cost more money. It's just, it does, is an actual thing. Versus, so I mean, they're already pushing their prices up to $80 or whatever, 70, $80, right? So let's assume that PlayStation wants all their games to be $80 digital. And so if you want the physical with all the and and the soundtrack, then that's $100. And maybe it comes in a nice little box or whatever. They could do that, and then that way they wouldn't eat any costs, because they would have all their costs covered. They would still make a profit. They would still make the same profit, because they would sell it themselves. They wouldn't have a third party or whatever. And the third party, that's secondhand stuff. I mean, Amazon does that. You like, yeah. I mean, Best Buy buys used stuff. They used. They used to have used games. They don't even really do that too much anymore. But they can. All these physical places can accommodate for anything in the market. It's been done before, so it's not a big deal. But I'm like, why is media doing this? Why are they, purposefully misleading everybody? And the thing is like, yo, we used to go to the media for the inside scoop. We used to go to the media for the professional opinions about things, about whatever. And now they're a joke. It's like, I can't even. When I see IGM on my not Instagram, on my Twitter, I was gonna like something. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then I saw it was IGM. I was like, nope. I kept it moving. I was like, I ain't touching nothing they doing. They can kick rocks, bro. Because it's just they suck. All these other Reforges are really becoming a really stupid person. Alex went through, and Sigs did it previously, but I never finished watching his. But Alex went through, and he went through, and Reforge is still trying to defend the corporation. He's like, I'm not on the side of gamers. I'm not on the side of gamers. I'm on the side of the consumers. I'm like, okay. If we parse what he said, he sounds like an idiot, right? Because it's like gamers are the consumers. Generally speaking, that's how it works. Because we're talking about video games. Just saying. But yeah, he's a dumbass in the worst sense. He's more than a dumbass, because dumbassery happens, like, oh damn, I messed up, I was stupid. He is purposefully being stupid. It takes skill to be as stupid he is. As stupid as he is, it takes skill. And I swear he wants to be like legendary legend what's his name? Gee, I can't remember. Legendary Drops. He want to be like legend. You know how Legendary Drops, he does a video. His video is like 30 minutes long or whatever. And he's got it all written out. He's got a script. He got it. It's tight. And it's thousands of words. I'm like, yo, when does he breathe? I don't know. He's just like, and I was listening to Reforge. I'm like, oh, he trying to be like that. But the problem is that he's not. It's like a stupid person sounding smart and saying some stuff that is like, yeah, but you're wrong. It's like, that's not even the whole story. You're trying to say, and he's like, he's throwing his little opinion and stuff. I'm like, man, nah, bro. He's gonna start losing followers if he hasn't already. He's gonna start losing followers because public sentiment is that Sony's bad right now. Sony's evil, right? I mean, they have always been evil, but some of us have had the foresight for far too long. But now everybody else is like, oh, Sony's evil now. Like, no, they always been evil, but y'all just woke up. Y'all just took the red pill, right? Red pills to stop pill. Anyway, but yeah, so I saw the Capcom numbers. I was like 93%. Then 67% is PC. It's like, oh, so we take that out. Now let's look at the 100% of digital and physical games that are also digital. Let's look at that number. That number is way higher. That's what's up. It's almost 50-50 if you want to be real. I don't know if that's true, but it's higher than 93%. And that's the fact that that's why I keep saying we need to keep speaking. We need to keep this movement going. We need to keep shouting out these idiot ass journos, these idiot ass people like Reforge and Porter Rock and everybody else who's sucking Sony's, I was about to say the bad word, phallic member. Anybody who likes it without Vaseline. Okay, that didn't sound right. Pause. I'm just saying, these fools, they must be getting paid. There's no other explanation for them to be so bend overy to just be like, oh, yeah, Sony, give it to me, Poppy. And I'm like, y'all okay? Y'all must be, y'all got a bank account and money magically, it has to, that's the only explanation that I could come up, because y'all sound stupid. I was watching lady, the British lady who's like always talking about Sega and stuff. She's like old school retro type, and she was on that. She was going in on PlayStation. She was going in. She was like, no, I'm never playing PlayStation ever again, mate. Okay, that's not, I do the accent, but she was like, nope. And who said it? I think Alex said it, or somebody else said it. It's like, look, you could play your back catalog, you could do all that stuff, but you gotta cut them off. And this is what she said. She said, it's not about what the angry mob or whatever is saying, right? And like they can say, oh, I'm quitting PlayStation, no more PlayStation, right? That's not the thing. The thing is, one, they're gonna continue to speak. Two, they may be Gen Xers like me, and they may have kids and grandkids, and they can influence decisions because you tend to follow. Like me and my boy, we had Xbox. You know what I'm saying? My nephew got Xbox. You know what I'm saying? So my brother got Xbox. No PlayStations around because it's trash. And so yes, my nephew, he's young, so he's on that Roblox and stuff. He's on tablet, so he's not really connected to Xbox like that. But you know, when people leave, what she said was what they say after they leave, or what they continue to say, because the sentiment doesn't just go away. They left and then they have amnesia. No, they hate you now. You ruined their video. You ruined their hobby. Now they have to change, and they're gonna find and adjust and adapt to a new situation with a new favorite company, console, whatever. And so the other thing that she said was where they go, whether it's Steam, whether it's Xbox, whether it's good old games, whether it's TurboGrafx 16. I'm just that's old. That's old. I don't think anybody's going to that. Although TurboGrafx had it was a special type of machine. It felt like that's crazy. It's like an 8-bit, but it looked really good. The sound's really good too, man. But anyway, that's the thing. It's like, yo, y'all aren't paying attention. Like y'all think y'all just gonna be like, oh, we'll weather the storm. Speaking of the storm, we'll weather the storm, and yeah, it will be alright. And I'm like, and they keep trying to justify their actions. It's like, oh, it doesn't. Even if 500,000 people quit, that's just 1%. But I'm like, y'all have not learned a damn thing when it comes to this console war stuff. Yup, reputation is so important. Like Xbox's reputation is in the dumpsters, right? I mean, it's getting better now because Asha's correcting the ship and stuff. It's gonna take time, but it's been bad for a while, and that's due to journalists, everybody else, and their mama talking shit about Xbox, right? It's been a concerted effort on all fronts, except for us Xbox. We keep it real, and wow, they're really mad that I'm talking about that. Anyway, and so that's what's happening with PlayStation now, except they speed running the hate, because people are like, yeah, nah. I've never heard so many people in concert say, yeah, PlayStation 5 is my last console. I'm not doing anything with Sony ever again. Blah, 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 blah. Most of them are going to go to PC. Be real. And if Helix is sexy enough, you know what I'm saying? They might just go to that. They might just go to that. I bet you, I will guarantee you, this is a guarantee, the sales for their next consoles, PlayStations, nah, bro, they're gonna sell nothing. They're gonna sell trash because of what they're destroying their reputation in real time, right in front of our faces. Like I said, we need to keep the boot on their neck. As King says it, we need to keep the pressure on. We need my song is almost done. I almost got the last verse writ. I need like how many? Like 16 more bars. That's not that many. A verse used to be 16 bars, but I think my verse is 24. I think maybe, yeah. They're a weird number. And I gotta mess with the mix. I'm getting the mix. I'm working on it. Like I said, please be patient. I'm trying to get that mix right so I can get my preset so I can be like click 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 and do it that way. So it's tough. It's tough to do that because I don't. A lot of producers, they just have, here's the thing. I go into every single plugin and I'm tweaking EQs on every instrument. I'm doing all the hard stuff instead of just throwing it up there as is. I mean, I could do that, but I like to tweak with it. I like to tweak and twerk with it. Pause. But anyway, sorry. But yeah, come on, guys. We gotta keep it up. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Sigs. Shout out to King. Shout out to Dirt and Sean and the crew. Shout out to everybody who's still doing what we need to do to keep this going, to keep Sony on their back foot, on their heels, and we can't let this die. And that's another thing that lady, whatever her name is, she said, the British lady, she said, she said that she doesn't agree with the blackout movement because it's just a week, and you're literally giving Sony what they want. You're giving them a cutoff state of your anger, basically. And she's kind of right. And I was like, and she was like, my blackout's forever. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's what's up. I like her. I mean, I liked her before because she was talking about old Sega consoles and stuff and Sega games. But now she just elevated. She just upped the level. There's levels to this. She just upped the one on the level. I was like, yup, good. You know, give her a like, thumbs up, do all that stuff. But yeah, man, you know, the the way that Sony PlayStation is handling this is the worst thing. And she talked about the record player, the physical record player that they're promoting and putting out. There's two versions. There's a $3.99 and a $4.99 version. I'm like, and so I was in Walmart the other day, and they have records. They have physical media records, LP. I saw Michael Jackson Thriller. I was like, oh, okay. And I was curious. I was like, who put this out? I mean, it was epic. I know it was epic. And I flip it over. You know who makes Thriller for Michael J? Do you know who makes the physical LP vinyl for Michael Jackson 3? Y'all know. Y'all know who it is, right? You obviously. I was like, ain't no way. It's Sony, by the way. Ain't no way Sony Music Group. I forgot what it is. I was like, no, this is like some crazy bizarro, and the fact that they're just right in our face, insulting us, slapping us, treating us like shite, and they just think it's okay. They're like, yeah, man, they'll be alright. They're gonna come crawling back to us because we're the best and all. Man, I hate people like that. I hate corporations like that. I hate the notion that they're treating us like cattle and numbers and shite. And, well, not me, because I'm not in that ecosystem. I was for a second. I had the PS3 and I created a PSN ID. I totally forgot what it was. That was years ago. So they definitely canceled my account because that's how they do. And I ain't even shedding a tear. I'm like, good. I wasn't using that shit anyway. Take it and put it in your back pocket and you can sit on it all day long till it's crinkly and hot and it fuses together. It's like a piece of paper. Anyway, yeah, it's yeah. But besides our effort to keep this going, keep this movement going, give me some idea. Hit me up in the comments below. Give me some ideas of what you think I should do. I'm gonna keep doing the music. That's one thing I know how to do. Like I said, I'm trying to do one a month. So, and with that, also real quick, is damn that's loud. With that is I'm doing a new kind of visualizer each time. So, I'm looking at different tutorials. I might start incorporating more complex animations. So I'll see what I can do. But I'm trying to be efficient with it too. So a lot of them will be nice to look at, but also kind of simple but artistic. So I'm trying to find a nice medium instead of just having a lyric with no music or no, I'm sorry, visuals to go with it. So I'm trying my best, and it's ideas too. I'm like, I have ideas, but it'll take more time to build the models and then actually do the actual animation and stuff. My next one might be, actually not my next one, but one coming up might be like an idea I do have in my head. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm sorry, it's raining real loud. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about those fake numbers. Not fake numbers. 93%, not really. 62%, all digital PC. Blah blah blah. And all these idiot ponies, donkey unicorns, and pony journals, poners, journ ponies. I gotta figure out a word for them. Yeah, they suck. But anyway, I'll talk to you on the next one too. Wait.